We have a 12-minute EMOM. An EMOM means every minute on the minute. So on the first minute, you'll do 20 seconds of bridge holds straight into 20 seconds of diagonal flying swords. You'll have the rest of the minute, which is 20 seconds, to rest. For the second minute, you'll do 40 seconds of curl and press in a split stance, and you'll do 20 seconds on one side and 20 seconds on the other side, and you'll again have 20 seconds to rest. On the third minute, you'll do 40 seconds of squats with hip openers, and it is intended to be done with weight, so you would preferably use a dumbbell and hold it in a goblet position right under your chin. After 40 seconds, you'll have 20 seconds to rest, and the fourth minute will be 20 seconds of commandos, followed by 20 seconds of half burpees. That's 4 minutes right there, and we're doing 12 minutes total, so we're doing 3 rounds. We have Fit Happy Hour athlete Sandy leading the workout today. And before you get started, you can check out the demo videos if you need more information or a refresher on any of the movements. We're going to start with bridge holds in 3, 2, 1, and go. Remember to pelvic tilt prior to bridging up. If you ever need to reset, you can go ahead and do so and then bridge back up. Nice job. We're trying to stabilize here and strengthen the target areas, which is really full body, but mostly butt and hips. And switch to diagonal flying swords. You're going to alternate sides each time you come down. The purpose of the movement is to increase the elasticity in the tissues and improve body awareness. We want to be as fluid as possible. 3, 2, 1, and rest for 20 seconds. Next up, we have curl and press. We're going to be in a split stance, and you're going to do each side for 20 seconds each. We're going to start in 3, 2, 1, and go. You just need the single dumbbell here. Make sure to keep the wrist straight throughout the movement, and you want to brace your core. So think of being punched in the stomach actually when you're in this position, and avoid arching your back when pressing overhead. We're going to switch sides in 3, 2, 1, and switch. Make sure to switch your split stance, and the leg that's back should be on that same side as the arm that's doing the curl and press. Nice job. We're going to rest in 3, 2, 1, and rest for 20 seconds. Next up, we have squats with hip openers. So we want to use a dumbbell again if possible, and you can hold it in the goblet squat position, so right under your chin. We're going to start in 3, 2, 1, and go. Alright, so we're going to do a squat, and then we're going to do a knee drive up and open the hips outwards, and then reset the feet to do another squat. We're just going to go back and forth. Nice job, you're halfway there. Really focus in on sitting back in that squat, so you want your shins as vertical as possible, making sure that the knees do not pass the toes. 2, 1, and rest for 20. Next up, we have commandos. We're going to start in 3, 2, 1, and go. This can be done on either the knees or in the full plank position. And think about replacing your elbow that's on the ground with your wrist so that your wrists stay under the shoulders. Great work. Try to maintain that tabletop position. 3, 2, 1, and we're switching to half burpees. So unlike the full burpee where your chest goes to ground, you don't have to go chest to ground, so you're kind of kicking back into a plank or a mountain climber position, and then either jumping back towards your hands or stepping out of it. 3, 2, 1, and rest for 20. That was one full round of those 4 stations, and next up we're starting with bridge holds again. We're gonna start in 3, 2, 1, and up. Nice job. You want to focus on stabilizing and maintaining the tension in your butt. Three, 2, 1, and we're gonna switch to diagonal flying swords. You want to relax your body, be as fluid as possible, and really tune in to how you are moving in space. 3, 2, 1, and rest for 20 seconds. Next up, we have curl and press. We're going to be again in the split stance, and you're going to do each side for 20 seconds. We're going to start in 3, 2, 1, and begin. Try to be as strict as possible on those curls. So we want to extend the arm all the way down and then use that bicep and elbow to curl up. 3, 2, 1, and let's switch sides. So switch up the feet and the hands. Good. We don't want to be curling from the shoulder or using the body to curl that weight up. We really want to strengthen that elbow and bicep. We're going to rest in 3, 2, 1, and rest for 20. Next up, we have 40 seconds of squats with hip opener with the dumbbell if possible. All right, we're gonna start in 3, 2, 1, and go. Remember, we want to go only as low as the body will let you without compensation. So making sure that back stays neutral. Nice job, and really do your best to open up those hips every time. Nice job. Less than 10 seconds left here. 3, 2, 1, and rest for 20 seconds. Next up, we have commandos paired with half burpees. Starting in 5, 3, 2, 1, and go. We really want to stabilize here, so those hips shouldn't be swaying back and forth as you do each rep. Three, 2, 1, and switch to half burpees. And rest for 20. We have our final round of the movements coming up, so we have 4 minutes left to go. We're gonna start up with bridge holds. Three, 2, 1, and up. Nice job. 3, 2, 1, and switch to diagonal flying swords. Really get in that full body stretch when you tension up, extend those hips, and you can relax the back as you come down. Good. 2, 1, and rest for 20 seconds. Next up, we have 40 seconds of curl and press. You need 1 dumbbell, and we're going to start in the split stance. We're going to start in 3, 2, 1, and go. We're going to switch in 3, 2, 1, and switch sides, switch up the feet. Good. Three, 2, 1, and rest for 20 seconds. Next up, we have 40 seconds of squat with hip opener with a dumbbell. We're going to start in 10. 3, 2, 1, and go. Great job. We have 2 minutes left in this workout. Nice job, finish strong here. Got 10 seconds left. 3, 2, 1, and rest for 20. Next up, we have our final 2 movements. We're gonna do 20 seconds of commandos and 20 seconds of half burpees, and then we are done. 3, 2, 1, and go. Really focus on that stabilization. Nice work. Here we go, keep it up. Three, 2, 1, and we're gonna switch to half burpees. Here we go, last 20 seconds of work. 3, 2, 1, and time. Really great job today. I know that was a tough one. It's time to cool down, stretch, and hydrate. See you next time.